In sports family. Also, go to all social media platforms. Link will be in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Thank you. Hey, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Man, make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new to the channel. I wanted to get my bracket, man, because I see there's a lot of people that put up their bracket, but they can't speak from a non-biased perspective. So I actually decided to put up my bracket, okay? And this is how I believe, this is truly how I believe that the Y&C bracket should look. And I'm going to explain why. I'm not biased. I don't have a particular team, even though I got, the Real Deal Dream Chaser player on here. I'm not biased, but I'm going to give you guys my reasoning behind selecting the teams that I believe in the place that they should be in. So I'm going to start off, right? For those who haven't seen it, I'm going to show you guys the bracket real quick, and then I'm going to explain why, I actually selected. So this is the bracket right here. All right. So here's the bracket right here. And I'm going to let you guys know why I actually selected this team, right? So I got Woj at number one. Why do I think they're number one? Because first of all, they beat TMT. That's why I got Woj at number one. TMT only lost one game this year, right? And that was to Woj. So I got them at number two, right? Number three, by default, they beat the Real Deal Dream Chasers. So I got St. Louis Bad Boys Elite at number three. Number four, I have I have the Real Deal Dream Chasers. Okay. I believe that they are the number one, the number four spot. And the reason why I put them at number four, because I initially had the Mob at number four, right? The reason why I have them at number four is because Mob took a loss to Beacon House. Okay. But I basically just bumped the Mob up and up two rankings, right? So I put them at number six, which is why I will have them playing the St. Louis Elite Bad Boys, right? So then we got the Southwest Marlin. Nobody really seen too much of them. Okay. Nobody seen that much of them. But I have to say, if there is anybody to do a play in, what I have to do is I have to consider, right, out of the OG Ducks, Southwest Marlin, OC Buckeyes, and Rare Raiders. Now, shout out to Jonah and Clayton, because I think they got it. They definitely got it right this year. They definitely got it right this year. I think all the teams that deserve to compete is definitely in this bracket. Okay. Why do I have the Rare Raiders and the OC Buckeyes in the play-in? Well, first of all, OC Buckeyes lost to the Mob. So I cannot put the Mob in. I cannot put the Mob in a play-in when they actually beat a team that other people have automatically in the bid. That doesn't make sense. If we going based off like who beats who, like I said, the West Orlando Jags definitely they already have two losses. TMT only had one loss. So if we going just by record, TMT got to be number one, right? They got to be number one. So it doesn't make sense to put to basically punish the Mob when everybody else that beat a team, they're ahead of the team. Somehow people think that Mob needs to be in a play-in because they lost. They took a bad loss to Beacon House, a team that's going to the AYF team, and they really belong. They're a really good team. So I'm not understanding how basically all of a sudden the Mob don't belong, right? I don't. I really don't understand this whole method. So that's why I have versus the Rare Raiders, I have the OC Buckeyes, and the reason I have the OC Buckeyes is because the OG Ducks beat them. Even though they beat the OG Ducks the first time, OG Ducks beat them when it counted. Okay. So that's why I have number one Woj, number two TMT, number three Bad Boy Elite, number four Real Deal Dream Chasers, number five Southwest Marlin, number six I got the Mob, number seven I have OG Ducks, number eight I have the Orange County OC Buckeyes, and then number well, it really don't matter, but it'd be number nine, which is the Rare Raiders, right? So that's why I selected them. I wasn't understanding how the people that actually selected the Mob to be in the play-in, but then they got the OC Buckeyes in the regular bracket. But how could you do that if we've been doing it this whole bracket? How do we change the way that we look at it? If the Mob beat the OC Buckeyes, how do we put them in the play-in when we got Woj, who does not have a better record than TMT? We got them in front of TMT, right? We got what we put who the OG Ducks in front of OC Buckeyes. They don't have a better record than the OC Buckeyes. So basically, I think that this is the perfect bracket, if they were to start the Y and C, because it just makes sense. We cannot put the Mob in a play-in. They have to play a team. They have to have an automatic bid, instead of that extra game. So that wouldn't be fair to them, right? OC Buckeyes, um, I can give that to them. Either we can put the OC Buckeyes there, or we can swap them out for the Southwest Marlin. I haven't seen too much of them, right? They haven't been playing the top teams like the OC Buckeyes have. So I actually can switch those two teams, but this to me makes the most sense right here, because most people know that even though they did win a championship, the OG Ducks has taken a lot of losses. They've taken a lot of losses. So that's why I got them high up there. That's why I got them at the number 7 spot. That's why I got the Orange County Ducks. I mean Buckeyes, at that spot. So I don't know, man. If anybody, hold on. Somebody said, do I think that the Rare Raiders can make it to the second round? Honestly, I think the Rare Raiders is the most underrated and underappreciated team. In fact, that's why I have these two teams here, which is the OC Buckeyes versus the Rare Raiders, because I think that both of these teams are barely in, but they belong. They deserve to be there, right? So, which is like the reason I said that Jonah and Clayton, they definitely got it right on this one by creating that extra game, for the play-in. So I think they got it right on that one. But yes, I think that they definitely can make it to the second round, playing the OC Buckeyes. But that guy, number 2, man, that receiver, man, that dude's a dog, bro. He's a dog. So I think honestly, I would like to see nothing against the OC Buckeyes, but I would definitely like to see the Rare Raiders play Woj, at his full potential, because from the stuff that I seen, man, they got a lot to offer, and I think that the Rare Raiders is one of those teams that I don't think nobody actually refuted the fact that they there, because I think a lot of people know that the Rare Raiders are a good team. I just don't know if the teams understand how good they are. So I want to see that. I want to see that game. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to know who do I have winning, he says we need them picks to see where you at with it. Oh, for sure, Michael. But let me see. Let me bring this bracket up for those who just tuned in, man. All right. So if I had to make a pick, right, I'm gonna go to the second round. I'm not gonna say who I believe gonna win it, but I'm gonna go to the second round, right? So, far as the second round, I'm gonna start with Woj. Woj versus the Red Raiders, right? Are the OC Buckeyes. Now, I do think if they play the OC Buckeyes, I think that the game will be a little bit easier. because when you look at the Rare Raiders actually matches Woj a little bit better than the OC Buckeyes because even though they're small, they're physical. Just they quick, small, and physical, and they got some new additions that I'm not going to say because I don't want to give any game plans. But they got some additions who been in the league. They've been on a roster, so it's nothing in default. But they now that they able to be acclimated with each other, now everything is falling in place. So I think that they're going to give Woj a more of a resistance type of game than the OC Buckeyes. So I'm gonna go just for the sake of it. I think the Rare Raiders can actually win that game. So I'm gonna put the Rare Raiders versus Woj. Then we got who we got? We got Real Deal Dream Chasers versus Southwest Marlin. Now, what bit the Real Deal Dream Chasers last time is playing the St. Louis Elite Bad Boys, right? To play a team that you don't know nothing about, right, is dangerous for them. And they wasn't able to prepare for the St. Louis Elite Bad Boys. And it basically turned out to bite them. Now, this will be the same type of game. Now, most people seen Real Deal Dream Chasers because they heavy on the internet. But are they at a point, are they at a point to where they can actually make those adjustments this time? I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I really don't know. I just know that when Woj played versus the St. Louis Elite Bad Boys, they got a chance to see them. They didn't just come in there, oblivious to how the game's supposed to go. It wasn't like that. They got a chance to see their scheme, see how they play, all that. Woj, then they wasn't in a similar situation as the Real Deal Dream Chasers. It's hard to prepare for a team that you never seen. See, Woj had to go through that because they seen what happened when the Real Deal Dream Chasers played St. Louis Bad Boys Elite. So they was able to prepare to, to basically understand the schemes of the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite. So, it's a different scenario. But now going back into this same type of situation versus the Southwest Marlin, would it bite them this time, or would the Real Deal Dream Chasers be able to make that adjustment? I don't know. I don't know. And like I say, man, they will have to be able to make that type of adjustment. But I think that this is who the Real Deal Dream Chasers should be playing the first round, the Southwest Marlin, right? So now we know everybody that raved and that had an opinion about they had an opinion about the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite, about how high they were in the rankings, right? And it showed that they actually belong because they beat the Real Deal Dream Chasers, even though it was by default. They didn't get a chance to finish out the game. They showed that they do belong, right? So I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about the Southwest Marlins as well. Do they belong, right? So those questions would definitely be answered. But let me go to the other side of the bracket. Now you got the team with the actual best record in this whole entire bracket, right? The only team with one loss, which is the TMT. Now, them, if they play the OG Ducks, I see them getting past the OG Ducks. So far as the biggest test, right, to be had, I think OG Ducks is probably about 0-3, 0-4, right? And I just think that TMT being home, being in Florida, having that crowd, I think that they're going to get past the OG Ducks, right? Now, we're going to the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite versus the Mob, right? I think that the Mob actually have enough to beat the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite because the Mob is one of those teams that's basically all wrong for St. Louis Bad Boys Elite, and I already said it after the game when they played and beat the Real Deal Dream Chasers. I said the Mob will probably beat them probably by 21. Not the disrespect. I don't want to disrespect nobody, right? I don't want nobody to take that as disrespect. but I just think that the way that the mob game is, that they will literally be able to beat the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite because they are physical. They got really good cornerbacks. They got a great linebacker. They got a great defensive ends. I mean, far as everybody knows about the mob, man, they have always been a fast physical team, and their identity has always been the defense, right? But now this year they're able to add a little bit of offense to that game. And why do I think that the mob will be able to beat the Bad Boys Elite? Because man, I think them losing the Beacon House, they understand that that feeling. And I really think that when they went into that game, they already felt like they had it won and it bit them. So that's why I think that it happened. But now that they're more focused than ever, I think that they will take it out on the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite this if this was the game to happen, right? So I definitely believe that these two teams will collide, but I believe that that the mob will beat them probably by like 14 to 21 points. And that's just based off what I've seen. If both of these teams had a game, that's how I'm seeing it, right? So a lot of people, man, might take it as disrespect. I mean, no disrespect when I say this, but one of the things for as far as the people that actually being biased, we just cannot have the mob in the play-in. It just don't make no sense because they beat the OC Buckeyes. Okay, you cannot do that. That's the one thing that I'm going to definitely disagree with. As far as for the people um, that's making their predictions and stuff like that. So I wanted to do mine. Let's see. Somebody says I got Woj coming out on top in that one in the 13U bracket. Man, look, Woj, I don't man, them young men are so fast, good, and physical that it's it's hard to really see anybody beating them. But you got teams like the mob. I think that's kind of all wrong for them as well, because even though they fast and physical, you got the mob who are way more physical, but they got the speed to match it. So I can't say that it really is based off who they actually play. And so the thing that scares me for the real deal dream chasers is they don't got Boogie. If they don't got Boogie, man, and that gentleman right there within himself, man, he petrified Woj. I mean, every game that he played against Woj, it was a nightmare for them. So I don't know if he's going to be there, right? So if he's not there, then it's like they still got really good running backs, and they got a running back, to be honest, that actually might be all wrong for everybody. I'm not going to say who that is, but just because Boogie may not be there, I don't know. I'm not sure. He may be or whatever, right? Last minute decision. If he comes, right, I definitely think that Woj won't have no answer for him because they'll be able to run more schemes. Y'all know they got an elite, probably the best quarterback out there. And he'd be able to tear everybody apart because they able to mix up the schemes and stuff, which they'll still be able to do with the running backs that they got, but they would just be even that much more deeper. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about Woj coming out in the bracket, but I can definitely see it. I can definitely somewhat agree with it. But like I say, if they play the Rare Raiders, they might have some trouble, to be honest. He says Rare Raiders versus OC, who I got. Honestly, I believe, because it depends, man. Like, I'm gonna say this because the OC Buckeyes got a very elite quarterback and got a receiver, man. The DJ Tubbs, look, the young man is good, bro. I'm talking about he probably one of the top receivers in the nation. I'm probably gonna give him top 5, to be honest. Like I believe TMT got one. I believe Woj got one. I got Gwen Cherry Bulls. They got one. Real Deal Dream Chasers got one, and he might be top 5. To be honest, you know what I'm saying. But it depends on how the cornerbacks is holding up. If they able to hold up, I got the Rail Raiders winning it. I got them winning it. If they able to get pressure to the quarterback and they able to hold up, I got them coming out. Real Deal Dream. He says Real Deal Dream Chasers need to stop believing their own press. It's good to be confident, but to be cocky is a difference. If Real the Dream Chasers come to the NIT stuck on them, they can't pull it off over Woj. Well, now I think it's more. It was cockiness, cause Coach, you know I'll be the first one to tell you, man, bro, they need to stop thinking that they already have a game won. I'll be the first person to say this about the Real Deal Dream Chasers, but in this case, I don't think that. I just think that it's more of a I'm a show and prove type of situation now, because a lot of people basically thought that they wouldn't even be a team after the incident that happened. So I'm thinking it's more of a chip on their shoulder. I don't think that they believe that they just gonna wash everybody and all that other stuff. They just believe in themselves and understand that what has to happen for the Real Deal Dream Chasers is they have to win, or it's going to be a bust type of season. And I think Coach Hill understands that situation. So he's basically, putting it in his kid's head, like, look, I think we the best team. Let's go out there and prove it. And so it's not more so cockiness. I think it's the confidence. Now, when they were cocky, that's when I was putting everything in this perspective. Like, man, y'all can't go out there like that. You cannot have that mentality. And it bit them every time. So I think this time Coach Hill is harnessing it a little bit better than he did, initially. But I definitely think in order for them to get to that big dance at the YNC, they gotta play a soft touch. They gotta play a soft touch. They didn't play that many games this season. They ain't played down the stretch. They have not played that many games, and that what scares me, right? Any team, you've seen it with the Falcons United, you've seen it with the ABA Bulldogs, you've seen it with um, um, other teams, right? And when they don't play down the stretch, right, which is the bad part of not being in the league, then you don't have that timing together. Like, it's a lot of stuff that comes with not being able to get real games. But the fact that they played in one state, that game helped them a lot. So I think that it will help them. But to play like a far as the bracket goes, to play a Southwest Marlin or somebody like the OC Buckeyes, right, would be the best thing for them. Okay, it would definitely be the best thing. Coach Tim said, whoa, the mob lost to Beacon House. Yes, in state. But I think that it was the mindset that probably lost them that game, because if they play Beacon House, I say 9 out of 10 times they beat Beacon House. 9 out of 10 times, I believe that they win that game. So I don't want to say, oh well, yeah, that shows or expose mob. Nah, I believe that the mob, still belong. That team that I seen, if they would have played that team, man, it was nothing you can do. Uh PA football said, I like 215 Extreme to win AYF. Then play the YSC winner, probably Woj or the mob. Well, 13U, they can win that, because I don't think that the bracket is as strong. And Darian definitely mentioned this before. It's not that strong as it is at the YNC. So that's the bracket that Darian felt like YNC had over them, which is the 13U bracket. So the fact that they got all those teams, the Woes, the Mob, the Real Deal Dream Chasers, the the Southwest Marlin, the Rare Raiders, the OC Buckeyes, the OG Ducks. The fact that they got all those teams just let you know that they belong, bro. That they definitely is gonna make some noise. And like I would like to, see it, so y'all can try to prove it. But I don't think, unless y'all get that opportunity to play them, I don't think that whoever wins that is going to be looked at as like number one in the nation or anything. I think, as far as the 13U, whoever win the 13U bracket, the winner of that would definitely be crowned the number one team in the nation. Now, I don't see that actually being the case as far as the 13U bracket goes, as far as in the AYF. So, yeah, man, it'd be a good thing to try to make that happen, PA football. He says, we kept up with woes in Savannah, and we was sure-handed. Yeah, I definitely think that that's a game that I would like to see, but I want people to understand I have no horse in the race. I really don't care who wins. At the end of the day, um, I like the fact that this is maybe the best bracket that I've seen in the YNC, and this would be my fourth year actually, going to the YNC. But I think that right this year, man, they got it right and exact. Now I don't know the places that they're going to have, but I definitely think that this is the on paper is the best bracket that I think the YNC has had far as on the 13U level. Even with the LA Rampage versus who is it? Kansas City? Was it Kansas City Outlaw? With Kane Archer, like even it's better than that year, right? Even with Camo, and like this year is one of the best seasons that I think we're gonna see on paper. And the excitement is there. And in fact, man, I don't even know what other games I'm looking to film, to be honest, because it's so many in the 13U bracket. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna look at the younger ones, because this one is so stacked that like it's really no team to disrespect, and it's really no light touches. So I'm definitely excited. 215 says, you said you got the OG Ducks first round. So we're gonna see how that is, right? We're gonna definitely see how that is. He says, what if OG loses to 215 Extreme first round AYF, then go win the YNC? Then we got to crown AYF, man. That's how that's gonna go. We definitely gonna have to crown them. If that's the case, y'all know, bro. I'm not biased, but I would like to know, how do y'all feel about this bracket? Do y'all feel like this should be the bracket? Do, because this is the non-biased like bracket that you gonna see. Everybody that posted, they posted in the way that they wanted to be, in the way that they see it. I'm posting it because this is what I truly believe that the bracket should be. Because if we talking about ranking, I'm solely going off of rankings. Okay, this is what makes sense right here. Woj 1, TMT 2, Bad Boys Elite 3, Real Deal Dream Chasers rank 4, Southwest Marlin rank 5, number 6 ranking is the Mob, number 7 the OG Ducks, number 8 OC Buckeyes, and then number 9 the Rare Raiders. Hey man, could y'all make up a bracket or ranking better than that? I'm just saying, bro. I'm really just saying. I'm really Coach wasn't feeling what I just said. Coach, he says, whoa, you think 13U bracket with Rampage doesn't compare to this year 13U bracket? Now I'm saying, far as excitement, no. There has never been this much talking, this much bickering, going back and forth, this much, going back to Florida to play the number one and number two teams twice, trying to get it right. Right, it's never been a team that's just coming out the blue, right, beating the team that was once number one. Like it's never been this type of drama behind it, right? To where everybody is like really trying to win. Like people wanted to win, but it was always like somewhat of a clear-cut winner, right? Nobody knows exactly who's going to win. They're making the they're making speculations. They're making speculations, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And I think people are making their choice on who they believe will win, but nobody truly knows, right? He's PA football says 215 should be in the YNC bracket. I don't know why they not. Hey, hey, even he agreed. You know what I'm saying? Even my son agreed. But I definitely think, man, that the 215 should be in the YNC. But the thing is, y'all, how would y'all be in the YNC? Y'all wouldn't be able to play in the play-in because didn't they lose to the Rare Raiders? So the Rare Raiders would be in there. So I think that if they were trying to stop, if they were trying to go to the YNC, I don't know if they would have made the cut unless they would have made a go over there. Unless they would have made like a different type of bracket or play in on both sides, which is it could have been 12, right? But I don't think that nobody from the Real Deal Dream Chasers was okay with the fact that or the idea of TMT having a bye. So that wouldn't have worked. I don't think too many people would have agreed with it. You know what I'm saying? So uh that's my perspective on that one. But Coach says, yeah, I agree. There haven't been this much drama. Good point. Okay, yeah. So we somewhere we mean somewhere in the middle, Coach, because like we talking about everybody was getting on the Bad Boys Elite talking about they didn't belong, man. If they would have lost to the Real Deal Dream Chasers, don't you know they would have been a laughing stock? Like, man, y'all see, like, especially okay, let's say that the Real Deal Dream Chasers would have did to the Bad Boys, St. Louis Bad Boys, what Woj did to them. Everybody would have basically been giving them all the slack in the world. They would have been giving them every bit of drama that they could have handled because nobody seen them. Nobody saw any of these kids. Nobody saw the team. So they would have got a lot of drama, behind that. And then y'all know who would have caught the drama too. Clayton and Jonah. Like, man, see, look, man, they got blew out. They got blew out to the Real Deal Dream Chasers by 34, man. That man, they didn't belong. They didn't belong. But the fact that they beat the Real Deal Dream Chasers gave Clayton and Jonah. It gave Clayton and Jonah more validity in what they were doing, as far as when it comes to the rankings. So that's how they were able to sustain a heavy hit of losing badly by Woj is because they beat the Real Deal Dream Chasers, somebody that was ranked number one and number two, right? So that's how they're able to sustain it. But man, if that first loss would have came to them, nobody wouldn't have believed in the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite. Nobody. They would have been like, man, y'all been hyping them up. So it turned out to be, in Clayton and Jonah's favor because they won that first game, even though they did not finish. But it also put them in a position now people know how they play, and so Can they make adjustments? So that's the question that we got to ask for the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite. Can they make the adjustments? And a matter of fact, I'm not gonna even do them. I'm not gonna just do St. Louis Bad Boys Elite like that. I'm gonna put some pressure on Woj too, because Woj ain't got a lot of film out there neither. They've been holding on to their film, and they got some dogs. Luckily, I know somebody that film Woj. That's how I seen him. But not too many people have footage out on Woj. And I don't respect, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I've been saying it all year. I don't respect teams that don't put footage out there, because when you get in high school, you're gonna have to put footage out there. Okay. So for those like that's withheld in footage, and just because, oh well, we don't want them to be able to prepare for us, but we want to look at their footage, we want an advantage over them type of coaches, bro. Either you saying that you can't coach, or you don't believe in your team. Which one is it? It ain't no in between, okay? So for those teams who've been withholding their footage, y'all did them kids a disservice, and it don't mean that y'all good coaches. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna put that out there. You feel what I'm saying? Because when I looked at the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite, I'm like, man, these kids got it. I don't know why I'm looking at they Instagram now, and this dude only got 150 followers. I know why, because ain't nobody displaying none of their talent. You know, ain't nobody able to see their team, how they play in the real game. Everybody is not everybody is basing the talent off of highlights. Okay, they want to really see how this person play in a real game. They want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the only way you can get that is when you see a real game. But yeah, man, Woj definitely been withholding a lot of footage. They ain't been putting their stuff out there like that. They haven't. Nobody have seen Woj out there like they seen the real deal Dream Chasers. Nobody's seen the St. Louis Bad Boys out there like they have seen the real deal Dream Chasers, like they have seen some games from Mob. Now with Mob, I understand the situation. The situation with Mob is that you know, like they got somebody named Sports or something like that. They be out there filming their stuff. So it's based on the footage that they put out there. But from my understanding, somebody, you know, put a bug in my ear telling me that they don't want them to put the footage out like that. And that ain't cool. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? So PA football says they beat Beacon House, and the Mob lost to Beacon House. Yes, the Mob beat Beacon House. Okay, the mob lost to Beacon House. They lost to 215 Extreme, right? But I don't think that y'all gonna be able to beat them in this form. Y'all, they didn't have the team that they have now. They didn't have Coach Al on that team, so I don't know. As far as with the 215 Extreme, I thought that y'all should have ran that game back. Personally, y'all should have ran that game back, and you know, got all speculation out the way. I definitely think that that's what y'all should have did, because being fair, you can't go off that neither, right? Y'all beat Beacon House, they beat y'all. Okay, all right, y'all beat them, and they beat the Lions, the Brick City Lions, and the Brick City Lions beat y'all. So you see how that don't make sense, right? Using the triangle theory, it doesn't make a lick of sense. So that's all I'm saying, man. But what do y'all think about the bracket? I think that it's the most unbiased that it's gonna get. Okay. He says, Coach Tim says, yeah, Woj have that receiver 21, dog. 21 is a dog. He the truth, and he plays running back. Man, 21 is a dog, man. I'm pretty sure that Woj is mad that they ain't gonna be able to get their get back from DEA, which they lost. They lost to DEA. They lost to the Fighting Irish, and maybe I think those are the only two losses that they have in the season. But Coach says, yeah, Real Deal Dream Chasers did the same thing that Rampage did. doing their run on the 13U, right? I mean, that's the thing. They daring to be great. I think a lot of people got mad at them for daring to be great. The real the dream chasers, what a lot of what you seen, right, is confidence. Oh, we'll beat your team, but we want to prove it. See, this has been a year of people saying that they're the best, but they ain't been wanting to prove it. So shout out to St. Louis Bad Boys Elite, man, for coming out to play Real Deal Dream Chasers in their hometown. Wasn't ducking the smoke and then turn around and go play Woj, man. See that's the type of stuff we need for next season, man. We need to figure this whole stuff out so we can make sure if y'all playing national, y'all gotta make sure y'all playing the national teams that's ranked. If y'all feel like y'all the best, we got to make sure that our guys, Clayton and Jonas, don't punish y'all though, right? We got to make sure that y'all don't get punished for playing the best teams, but y'all gonna have to win some of them games too. Y'all ain't gonna be able to lose every single one of them and then still be able to, hold y'all head. It's not gonna work. Y'all gonna have to win a few. Y'all definitely gonna have to win a few. So come in this in a few days, man. We talking about Tuesday, so we got about what is today? We got about 2 or 3 days, 3 days, right? And then that's where all the smoke will be left on the field, man. And then the person that wins it definitely will be able to say that they the best in the nation, man, on all 13U levels. I'm talking about throughout all the 13U levels. Unless now this is where it's tricky. Now, like he said, if 215 beat OG Ducks and then the OG Ducks come to YNC and win YNC, we got to give it to 215, bro. We got to give the best 13U bracket to AYF. Outside of that, right now, I got to give it to YNC. And this is, just no biasness, me being honest. So y'all definitely gonna have to root for OG Ducks, them playing in the AYF, hoping that they win it. If not, somebody gonna have to beat them the first round to let them know that look, okay, yeah, y'all beat them, we smashed them too, right? That ain't nothing. We still got the best bracket. But if the OG Ducks, and that actually goes for, I'm not sure if the mob is still playing in, I'm not sure if they still playing in both AYF and YNC. But I can say this too. If the mob loses to one of the teams and then turn around to win the YNC, right? We got to say the same for them. So if the mob win it, if OG Ducks win it, then we got to crown the well, if they win YNC and then lose in AYF, they gotta be crowned. AYF gotta be crowned as the best, right? That's just being fair, to be honest. Okay, that's just be fair. PA football says, um, man, ain't nobody in Philly worried about Coach Al. 10U brackets are. Hey man, I'm gonna just say this. They've been on a really big winning streak when Coach Al there. I think I've seen them play the best that they've played with Coach Al there. Y'all might say y'all not worried, but I'm trying to figure out, man, why that game was never made. I've been clamoring for that game. I wanted to see the 215. It's two games that I wanted to see. Three games that I wanted to see the mob play. I wanted to see them play the Real Deal Dream Chasers. I wanted to see the mob play 215 Extreme again to see if they can get their bike back. And I wanted to see Mob play TMT since TMT played the Mob when they didn't have the core players that they have now, right? Because Coach Al wasn't there. Now I want to see that happen. Now we might get a chance to see it happen if they can take care of the first round. If that actually turned out to be, one of the like the bracket that I have, right? If it turned out to be the bracket that I have, and they're able to beat the St. Louis Bad Boys Elite, and then TMT able to take care of business versus the OG Ducks, we'll see if it was a fluke or not. But I definitely think that the mob belongs, bro. A lot of people are underestimating them, especially since they lost to Beacon House. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot harder than y'all think. Uh Jewister says, Jewister Life says, Dog Pound, Bugatti, zip 'em up. 50 boys, TMT. If you want some money, hey, okay, you say that's where the short bet is. Okay, now, hey, but I gotta give it to TMT, man. Like, even though people know, man, that I do rock with Coach Hill, man. For those who don't know him, man, that's a real genuine dude, man. Good dude. Talk a lot of mess on the football team, but it's all part of football. It's all part of the fun, right? But like, I've always crowned TMT number one. I've always crowned him number one. You know what I'm saying? I've always did that. So now though, like the fact that they wasn't able to beat him, now I had to give it to Wode. So like I have my reasons behind nothing. Ain't none of it biased. None of it. But he say put my money on TMT. But I mean, hey man, it is a home. That is home. He says, yeah, this bracket is crazy. I can't wait. Okay, so how about that 12U bracket? Man, I'm gonna get into the 12U bracket, coach. I think I'm gonna do another one, man. If y'all enjoyed this one, man, I would definitely do the 12U bracket. YNC bracket have overall been the most challenging since 2017. Now, this one though, this year is crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, man, the antics and the drama behind it is crazy. He says the mob lost to Beacon House and AYF regionals. No AYF. No. I get that, right? The mob lost to Beacon House in the regionals. I know that. I know that part, right? I know that. That's why I'm saying they lost to them. But what I'm saying is, I think what happened was the first time that they played Beacon House, they thought that it was going to be the same thing. But I'm pretty sure, I can almost assure you that they didn't put forth the same amount of effort in that regional game that they did versus they did when they played them in the regular season. Because if they played the same way that they played in the regular season, ain't no way with Santana and all them, that they're beating that team. So I would actually like to see them play another game, one more, just for the tiebreaker. But I mean, I know they ain't gonna do that, but still, I would love to see it just so we can make it clear who's the best. He says, I'm rooting for the mob also because the PA players on that squad. Jewister says only the best play in YNC. People who scared and smoke play in AYL. I don't think so, man. I just think that people have a loyalty to it. They have a certain loyalty to playing with AYL. Like for instance, Brick City. I've never seen the Brick City play in YNC, right? So you got teams like that that's never played in YNC, right? They've always played with the AYF. So and really that that's why I think that the OG Ducks is playing in both because they've always played in AYF, and now they also got a heavy respect for YNC. So I don't think that it's because they duck in the smoke. I think Beacon House would have loved to probably play in the YNC, but they have never played, far as to my knowledge, in the YNC. So it's not always the case. In some cases there are. Like for instance, I think going to 12U just a little bit. I'm gonna stay on 13U, but just to prove a point, you got Southfield, who lost badly to Rare Breeds, right? If I was Southfield, what I would have done, I would have definitely went to the YNC to try to get some get back. I would have definitely went there to get the get back because, like I said to Coach Darian, right? Like I said to Coach Darian, it may not look good if they win the AYF, man. It wouldn't have definitely look good because you had the rare breeds blow them out the water, gave them a 40 ball. So with that being the case, right, it looks like it comes secondary to the YNC. Now y'all know I like both of them. I rock with both of them. Clayton is my guy. That's my guy. Darian is my guy. You know what I'm saying? So I have no horse in the race, but I gotta be honest. I have to always be honest because we're involved with kids. So honesty is always the key. You know what I'm saying? Because for those who watching it, as far as the players, they gotta say, oh man, he's coming from an unbiased perspective. So that's what I'm doing. But nah, Jewister, I can't agree with that one, man. I can't not that one. 215 made too many excuses as to why they didn't play that game. It says, and we said we would play them at their home coming, and they said, nah. Hey, 215, man. If I would have knew that, I would have put y'all on my show called on a segment that I do called DuckTales. If you were sitting up there ducking the smoke, I wish Coach Al would have let me know. I wish he would have let me know because I would have definitely called y'all out. Y'all couldn't have took that victory. You can't play a team that's a shell of themselves and then not want to get them the smoke back. That's why I rock with TMT because they were willing to play, right? I mean, it took some leg pulling. They were willing to play the real deal Dream Chasers to show that they are actually the better team. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. Coach Tim says that's because you're not biased like Sports Fanatic. You can get at my guy. Hey, Sports Fanatic, man. Y'all know that dude make a segment though. Cause don't nobody be agreeing with Sports Fanatic, but he sometimes he have a point in his own right. You feel what I'm saying? So uh Ryder says, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Ryder? I ain't know I was buffering. Am I good now? You said I was buffering. AYU the best league. Hey man, everybody got a preference. Everybody, they have a preference. Now, do I say AYU has the best league? I think they got the right league. I think YSC got their right league. I mean, because you really getting the best of both worlds. With the YSC and AYF, you really getting the best of both worlds. You really are. Because, like, here's the thing. You say y'all make it sound like when 215 lined up versus Beacon House in the mob, they lost. You know, no, I'm saying, far as with y'all playing the mob, right? This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't think that 215 Extreme would have beat the mob at its full capability. And that's just my opinion. I'm not giving an unbiased perspective, right? I'm just giving my opinion. I think that the mob that was that brought back Santana and all them, right? I think that team is one of the best teams in the nation. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. But one thing that I'm gonna say, man, if y'all play next year, man, 14U, I'm definitely gonna make sure that game happen. He says, uh, how you know 215 was at full throttle? Well, I did see I do believe I seen the game, if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah, I seen the game. No, I'm not sure. I don't think I seen that one. But it wasn't stated that y'all wasn't at full throttle. So were y'all at full throttle? The question could be answered now. Y'all could have been at full throttle. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just wanted to give y'all my opinion, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know, my son, man, he tripping now. He says it's been too long. But yeah, man, I thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Also, look, if y'all want me to do the 12U, you know what I'm saying, definitely leave a comment down below in the comment section. That's all I got for now. But let me read this last one. He says no one is that early in the season. But hey, man, appreciate you always, PA football, Coach Tim, and the rest. Jewessert, all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Definitely, if y'all liked it, this segment, and y'all want me to do 12U, man, definitely leave a comment down below and hit the subscribe button. I thought I'd come in here early morning to chat with y'all, chill with y'all. But hey, man, look. Last thing I'm gonna say, for those who are going to the YNC, we understand that there was some mess talking. Let's leave it at that. We love football. Mess talking is a part of the game. Somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose. But we definitely gotta take our wins and I'm sorry, we got to take our L's like we took our wins. So if y'all lose, you know what I'm saying? Just understand y'all lost, man, and be grateful that you guys had the opportunity to even present yourself. But thank y'all for tuning in. That's all I got. National Sports Chat. I'm out.